Merry meet Gemini, Gemini sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Geminis, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Deline, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Honey Paw. Thank you again so much, Geminis and friends of Geminis, for joining us today. I'm reading today with this tarot, El Dios de los Tres, and I have already purified with this beautiful Florida water. And if you happen to be watching on a restream on YouTube, you know you can always fast forward through all the shuffling that I'm about to do using the timestamps in the video description. Like I said, this is a 2-week reading for all Geminis, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, starting today, May the 30th, 2023. If you're Gemini sun sign, happy birthday. Going out to all you Geminis, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on a restream. It does go out to a lot of Geminis, so if for some reason it does not seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it. May not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. Remember also that we have a general reading for all signs each and every day except for Monday. You can find the most recent restreams very easily for all of those readings on my website, ariels-corner.com. arielscorner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. I always like to remind people that I do not read with reversals, so you're going to see me flipping cards right side up. All is well. It's just my style of reading. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure that you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without ads by subscribing to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, including tarot decks for sale. We appreciate your support. Those are all affiliate links, which means we can make a little commission off of each and every sale. Just helps pay a couple bills every so often. We do appreciate your help here. Mostly what I appreciate, though, Gemini, is that you're here for this 2-week reading, starting today, the 30th of May, 2023. Now, I'm going to go ahead and, I think I'm shuffled here. This feels pretty shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and cut this deck into 2 using a very clean cut. Now I feel shuffled. Very clean cut. Hello. And then we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous, beautiful, and fabulous Geminis. Shall we? 5 of coins. Strength. Knight of Wands. Things are looking up. It looks like you've had some financial worries or some health scares. Something that hasn't been fun for a lot of you. At least, whether it's been, for some of you, it's been actual problems that have manifested. For others, it's been a scare or a fear of problems. Either way, it's been stressful for many of you. And it looks like things are really, really turning around for you. And the way that you can really facilitate this turnaround is through this Strength card. The Strength card is the reminder that you don't run away from the lions on your path. You don't run away from beasts, any kind of fears. A lot of our fears are internal bullies, and the only way to handle a bully is by standing up to it, turning and facing it. And the turning and facing, what it does is it makes this apparent bully into your ally. And if it doesn't do that, then it just makes it disappear, one or the other. But you're powerful. The power of your awareness and your consciousness is it's all powerful. So whatever it is that's scaring you or worrying you, you turn and face it. You look at it head on, and it's going to roll over on its back and say, "Can you scratch my tummy?" You know, it's just going to be a complete turnaround for you. So you do not run away from these fears because you have nothing to fear. You're in a position of power. Now, this Knight of Wands is saying that you also have help. And if you don't know the help yet, it will reveal itself to you. For many of you, this help is going to be in the form of a person or people For some of you, it's going to be in the form of ideas or inspirations. Some of you, it will be in the form maybe of even omens and things like that. So, like my famous bumper sticker omens that I always get. When I need some help, I'll say show me what you want me to do. And usually it's a bumper sticker or sometimes a billboard or something, or a piece of graffiti. And it's just as clear as day. Sometimes it's, sometimes the help will come in the form of somebody will give you a book to read, or somebody will, suggest a website or something like that. It's all, it doesn't matter what the form is, but help is on its way, and mighty help. And a lot of the help that's on its way, Gemini, has to do with your work in the world. So to help about a job, help about your career, training, something like that. Everybody's going to be so different. But your work in the world is really going to be benefited by whatever this help is. It's on its way. Okay, then we've got this Page of Wands. We've got a Queen of Swords, and we've got a Knight of Swords. Okay, this is the Gemini issue. Okay, this is what the Geminis go through. That duplicity and that duality within your mind. You have to learn how to have, even as a Gemini, you can do it, how to have a united front within your mind. You can't let that duality of Gemini, the twins energy, be like this. They've got to be like this. You've got to come together. And I want you to think in terms of that word together. I want you to have togetherness in your mind, Gemini. And when you are feeling at odds about something, I just want you to think, I'm coming together. I'm getting it together. Just think that idea. I'm getting it together right now. Everything's coming together for me right now. Because what's happening is, on one hand, you're afraid and you're getting courageous and learning to turn and face whatever it is that you're afraid of. And then on the other hand, you're saying, no, I'm not going to turn and face that and make it my ally. I'm so angry about everything that's happened. I want to make it worse, not better. I want to make things worse, not better. It's more important for them to pay for what they did, or it's more important for me to be, it's not even me to be right, but it's more important for me to get one over on this person than it is for me to be happy. So just to be aware of that when those parts of your mind are at odds with each other, it's a stalemate and you get nothing. It's like when you put vinegar and baking soda together, it has that reaction, but then what you get is an inert substance at the end that's good for nothing. It has absolutely no value for anything once it's exploded. So what I would recommend is that when you start noticing Miss Thing here, this Queen of Swords is this bitchy quality that we all have. We all have it. When you notice that she's coming up, recognize that that's your own duality trying to work against you. And so when you start noticing that you have a big judgment on people, whether or not they deserve it, doesn't matter. When you start having big judgments on people, when you start having sort of self-righteousness, when you notice yourself starting to really criticize and be highly critical of others, even when you think it's warranted, recognize that quality in and of itself is, at least right now, not helpful. In fact, it's going to keep a lot of these worries, these financial worries, these health worries going. Whereas if you can instead say, no, I'm going to turn and face what it is, and I'm not going to fight against it. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm going to instead make it my ally, whatever it is. I'm going to turn things around. Making friends is hard in this world. And that's why people don't do it. But it's about making friends. We think, well, the reason why we're friends is because we are naturally compatible. So that's what we do anymore. We go around and we say, well, as long as I'm compatible naturally to things, those are my friends and allies, and everybody else can just F off. And we all sort of do that in this society. But making friends is about coming and finding common ground. with people and situations and ideologies and stuff that you normally go bleh about, right? And when you do that, what it does is it allows you to have friends in areas and allies in areas that normally you wouldn't have support. When you go out of your way to make sure that people and situations that are outside of your comfort zone are allies, you've expanded your sphere of influence to the point where you can do things that you normally wouldn't have been able to do in arenas where you normally wouldn't have been able to even have anything, any success. And that's how you start to really get more successful in things, is by learning how to make friends, not only with people, which is obviously true, but also with ideas. Now, when you're making friends with ideas and making friends with people, that doesn't mean disposing of your values. It doesn't mean going against your values. It's saying, well, I understand that there's a lot of ways that we don't agree value-wise, but they are still, children of infinite intelligence. So where do we agree? What do we have some commonality? Where can I find some sort of friendliness with this person or this situation so that I can get what I need out of life without always having to come up against things? The Queen of Swords does not want to hear that stuff. She does not want to hear that. She just wants to pour poison over everything. So that, and she's kind of like the hex mistress. It's like she gets to a point where nobody's good enough for her. Everybody deserves to die. Everybody is beneath her. And you don't want to let her run amok in your consciousness, because she starts out by saying, okay, well, these people are okay and these people are not. These ideas are okay, these ideas are not. That's fine to a certain degree, right? If it's coming from your higher intelligence. But when the Queen of Swords gets a hold of that, she's really sly and cunning. It's not about separating the healthy from not healthy and learning how to have healthy boundaries and all of that. She's just out to destroy. She's out to destroy your happiness first and foremost, but she does it in a way that makes you think that she's you. This is just a part of the ego mind of the humanity. She wants you to be convinced that you're coming up with these ideas, that everybody outside of you, everybody out there is just rotten to the core. Now, she doesn't want you to know that that's how she thinks blatantly, because if you realized that, you would say, no, I don't buy that. I don't think everybody's bad, but she does it very slyly and cunningly. And it's sort of like that image of, boiling the frog by putting it in the cold water and slowly raising the temperature, right? So you don't want to have that Queen of Swords be your counsel. So notice when you're bitchy. Notice when you're judging people. That's when you want to turn and face what it is that you're judging, because that's a fear response. Turn and face it and just say, look, I'm going to face what it is that I'm afraid of. I'm going to face what it is that's annoying me, irritating me, scaring me, whatever it is, and I'm going to find some way to make it my ally. And when it's my ally, that doesn't mean I have to agree with it. I don't have to agree with its politics. I don't have to agree with it on any level, but I can coexist peacefully with it. And in certain circumstances and situations, it can actually help me. So learning how to make friends is what this whole reading is all about. Learning how to make friends where there was an enemy before. Turning enemies into friends. This Knight of Swords wants to help you do everything but that, whereas this Knight of Wands wants you to have cooperation. And again, it's this Gemini thing. Do you want competition or do you want cooperation? You want cooperation because that's going to bring you success. The competition against everybody idea that the Queen of Swords is offering at all times is going to perpetuate failure for you. she doesn't care. And she wants you to think that she's going to help you. She's not going to help you. All she cares about is your destruction, right? That's a self-destructive thought form. So this couple weeks is all about you making friends out of enemies, you turning things around for yourself. And you do that in a way that honors all of your value systems, honors everything that is important to you. It's not about selling out. It's about widening your sphere of influence and learning how to cooperate in areas where you normally would have been wanting to compete or shut things down. All right, it's a very, very full 2 weeks for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Delene and Honeypaw, and we will see you in 2 weeks, Gemini. Blessed be.